Hey fellas, how you doing? Again, it's Wednesday, the 27th of August, and yes, it's my birthday. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about politics, and I am personally past being fed up. And I'll go find out. Let's go find out what that bump was. I'm very security conscious by habit. So, anyways, I am so. For me, my big drift from being a moderate liberal Democrat to becoming an actual, I would say I'm pretty decent about being a full blown Republican now. And I want to see my response if the things I'm about to say make sense to anybody. Now, to me, they're just plain common sense. To others, they may seem like heretical craziness. So I'm going to start off with one that's going to be very crazy because not a lot of people even think about this. Now, if you don't know much about the Mexican government, they've been using a salute, how they salute with the right hand, palm down, fingers interconnected like this, stretched straight out in front of them. That's their salute to the flag. Ours is either over the hand or at the corner of your anyway. So now that salute never gets mentioned about how close it is. Now, I would have to say that during World War II, the Nazis actually copied that from the Romans and the Mexicans, because the Mexicans were doing that salute a long time before the fascist Nazis were. You don't hear anybody complaining about the Mexicans when they're just all standing up there like this. You don't hear anybody saying anything. But me going out and doing that or saying something like that, I'm already. Here's what it is. I'm tired of being told what to fucking think, how to think, what words I can and can't use, that a guy can be a woman, a guy can have a baby, a guy needs a tampon. I'm tired of trying to make believe all the absolute insanity on the left is worth it. Name a democratic city on earth that's not crime-ridden and terrible. Here's the other thing. I don't have any problem with you having your own opinion. I don't have any problem with you debating about why you should have the right to say the same things I do. For example, the guy that's running in New York, I believe his name is Mondani. He claims the DSA, but he's actually a communist. That's the Democratic Socialist Accountability, DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, I believe what they call themselves. Now, there are a lot of good social programs, and there are a lot of insane social programs. Anyways, I won't dive off into it. But he has every right to have free speech. He has every right not to be able to lift 135 pounds on a bench. God, that was ugly. And if the people of New York City vote for him and he wins, then you get exactly what you voted for. Now, I live in one of the only blue counties here in El Paso, Texas. My congresswoman is Veronica Escobar. Do I argue with her? Yes. Do we clash on policies? Absolutely. Do I respect her as a woman and a person? Yes, and a family and a wife and that kind. Absolutely. I would not say or do anything to her I wouldn't want said or done to my wife. That's the way but she doesn't get to tell me what to think, what to do. You don't get to tell me what your pronouns are. If you're a girl, I'll use your first name. And no, I'm not going to participate in your fucking delusions about gender as a construct. There is in the DSM-5 a diagnostic code called gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria means you in your head as a man think you're a woman, but I don't have to play along with your bullshit. You as a woman want to be a transgender man. You're not a man. It's just simple biologics, and simply because you say so means I can't argue with you or tell you you're full of shit. And that's not free speech. That's you having free speech and the rest of us getting a whole handful of shut the fuck up. I don't need you to tell me what to think. I don't need you to tell me how I need to speak, how I should carry myself, why I should be guilty because I'm a white oppressor. Dude, ladies and gentlemen, I grew up in the heart of Highland Park, one of 4 white kids. Yes, I fought my way to school. Yes, there are good, great families in that, but there are some actual people who completely are absorbed into thug culture. And that goes for white people, brown people, Asian people, Muslims, whoever, whatever group of people you're associated with, they're all in some part in the thug culture. So, and if I disagree with you, I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a racist. My first wife is black. My wife right now is Mexican Apache. I'm tired of being told this is the way you must think to get along. And that's probably the biggest reason why I will. When I went to my first Republican event, nobody said anything. They just welcomed me in. Hey, how are you? Da 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 da. Everybody. We talked about politics. We disagree about abortion. We disagree about a bunch of different stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when the argument was over, no one was calling me a fascist or a Nazi or a racist or telling me I'm somehow guilty because of the color of my skin. Isn't that, saying that out loud, isn't that racist in itself? I'm just absolutely tired of this one-way street that the left thinks we all have to get on. Listen, communism never works. I'll say that again. Communism and socialism never works. The only hybrid that has worked for about 250 years is the United States of America. We have a hybrid where anybody can get elected if they can convince enough stupid people that their ideas are worth it. And then, come on, who lied about COVID? Fauci, the Democrat. Who lied about the effectiveness of the vaccine? Who lied about the effectiveness of masks? And then on the Republican side, who was allowing people to get liars' mortgages and almost collapse our entire country? And don't act like you bankers are. Anyways, let me just stop. I'm off on a rant. We have a right to disagree, but you don't have the right to shout me down and tell me I don't have a voice, which is what Twitter was doing. They were eliminating people that disagreed, canceling people. There's a lady who was 1,000% correct on YouTube. She had a channel called The Truth Factory. I'm not sure what other less noted website she's on. She got the COVID thing right, and they canceled her. They ruined her on YouTube. I mean, it's crazy. And I have a friend who runs a hedge fund. He lives in Wayland, Massachusetts. His son has 2 degrees from Harvard, a 4-year degree and a master's in gender studies, and can't get a fucking job. He spent almost $500,000 on his son's education, and he still lives at home. His son is 35. Fuck out of here. And you know what? The arrogance of the people that live on the coast. Why are only Democrats kids transgender or getting reassignment surgery? That is insane. Anyways, so I feel better. Listen, I don't have, there's nothing wrong with the sitting down and arguing. And even if it gets a little bit heated, as long as you get a turn and then I get a turn to speak. I don't interrupt you and you don't interrupt me. You don't put your finger in my face or give me your chicken hands or tell me if I don't believe that I'm some sort of a Nazi or a fascist. That's just bullshit. That means you're too stupid to come up with a good argument. Yeah, it's why I like boxing. It's why I like martial arts, practicing mixed martial arts, practicing things that works, and why I love it so much. I love it so much when a feminist comes in and thinks she's going to kick everybody's ass, or a kung fu ninja master comes in and we roll that motherfucker up, choke him out, and make him doubt why he spent years and years, getting the crane hand down and the flowing monkey, and fuck out of here. Anyways, all right, that's enough. So, all I want is you to treat me like you want to be treated. And it's why I am now all in with the Republican Party. Nobody gave me a hard time when I went there. Yeah, I voted for Donald Trump. Did I vote for him in 2020? No, I didn't. Did I vote for him in 2024? 100%. 100%. Did I vote for Donald Trump in 2016? Yes, I did. The longer I stand still, like I stand still, so that's the left to me as I'm sitting down, that's the right to me. The longer I stay politically in one place, the more the left goes all the way out here till I can't even identify. They want to protect illegal aliens over our Americans. There's a lot of American truck drivers that'll fill the gap. We don't need people that can't read or fucking our road signs and even speak English driving tractor trailers around. Jesus Christ, our roads are bad enough with people playing on their phones and autonomous cars. You don't. Anyways, I'm a veteran. I'm a disabled veteran. I believe in freedom of speech, and even if I don't like what you have to say, I will still give you the opportunity to say what you have to say. But if you think that street isn't a two-way street and you can shout me down or tell me I have to shut up or you're going to cancel me or call me a Nazi, that's not going to happen. And it's why so many people are leaving the left. You know what a gallon of gas costs here in El Paso, Texas? About between $2.60 and maybe at the most $3 if you go to one of the rip-off sites. Do you know what a gallon of gas costs in California? I think it's $5.40, maybe even $6, but it's between $4 and $6. How about their groceries? Why is it so much more expensive in California than it is here in Texas? Why are all the companies leaving New York, leaving Chicago, leaving the state of California, leaving Portland? Do Republicans have problems? Hell yeah, they do. And especially when they introduce themselves as, what type of Jesus do you believe in? Anyways, all right, I think I proved my point. Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, you have to take care of yourselves. And no, you nose ring theory, blue-haired, psychopathic tattoos, claiming you're a fox or a furry. I just found out why this is coming out is I found out what a furry is. It just, come on now. Sooner or later, you got to get out of college and get a job. Anyways, all right. Like a fart in a G-string, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.